Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I have another installment of the free download song lessons, stay at home download song lessons. And today, this is a treat. Out of all the groups that I've covered, I would say this group is number 2. Number 1 is Maze. I love Maze stuff. Every Maze song that I could find, I try to do for you guys because Maze is something special, and unfortunately, Maze never had songbooks. But I'm not going to go into that because it's kind of a music business thing, but it's a shame that they did not have songbooks. And I'm going to say this because I do need to say this, and forgive me for digressing. There are some groups that just didn't get their respect from the general audience and the record company. And I'm pointing the finger at the record company when it comes to Maze because everybody loves Maze. And Maze was not treated with the kind of respect of Earth, Wind, and Fire or other big groups. And it's odd and it's sad to believe that they never won a Grammy or Emmy. Is it? Yeah. Has never won a music award. I'm like, huh? But you got some acts that are awful, that make millions of dollars, and they get Grammys. They get Grammys. Because when I watched a video or interview of Frankie Beverly, and he said that. I'm like, man, really? Never a Grammy. Like, what the blank? But anyway, sorry for digressing. The second favorite group, any type of song that I can find on them, I try to do for you guys, is Sade. Love Sade stuff for many reasons. And one is, first of all, just sound good. Second, Sade stuff is not extremely complicated as far as chords is concerned and chord progressions because their format is kind of a stretched out groove. It's not a song where every couple of seconds you changing chords like jazz tunes, like all over the place, and you got to be quick. Sade stuff's kind of laid back and just let you kind of groove on this one chord, then it goes into another. The majority of Sade stuff is like maybe 4 chords, and I have the song book for every Sade song I did because I love Sade. And their song book, especially the early stuff, is extremely hard to find, And mine's, normally when I do this, I have the song book with me, but it's so tucked away and hidden away in these cases that I don't even know where it's at right now. I just know it's in there somewhere with the other 350 songbooks. But you get 12 Sade/Steely Dan songs. Steely Dan songs, just one of the Steely Dan songs on this list is worth the $12 or the $12 donation. Trust me, because every single Steely Dan song I've ever played, and I got all the sheet music for this stuff, is difficult. You got to have the sheet music because when I mentioned to you guys in previous videos about certain artists, you better have the sheet music. Steely Dan is number 1. Stevie Wonder's up there, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, but Steely Dan is number 1 because you're not going to get through their stuff trying to do it by ear totally because they're on a whole nother level. Their compositions are not easy at all. One of them, which is not on here because I don't even know what I did with it because I did that many years ago, Deacon Blues. I kid you not. Normally when I tab a song, I just need one sheet. I just write down what I hear and I'm done, But Steely Dan, Deacon Blues, I had 4 pieces of paper laid across the floor because it was that many chords and that many changes and chord progressions that I'm like, I ain't not going to be able to remember this off the top of my head. I got to read. And another one was, and it's one of my biggest, if not the second biggest view. The first biggest review is Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. The second one is the Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love. I had to lay out sheet music for that too because the changes in those songs. But again, the Steely Dan stuff, just the one Steely Dan song by itself, trust me, it's worth the $12 donation. You get 12 songs consisting of Sade songs and Steely Dan songs. And I'm going to read these off to you right now. Sade, Clean Heart. Sade, King Kiss of Love, Sade, Maureen, Sade, Nothing Can Come Between Us, Sade, Sally, Sade, Sweetest Taboo, Steely Dan, Asia, Do It Again, Josie, Peg, IGY, What a Beautiful World This Can Be. Then I have a special one, which is the Blackbyrds, Walking in Rhythm. Never been on YouTube because it gets blocked when you try to post that particular song for some reason. So you get these 12 songs for just a kind donation of $12. Now one might say, well, it ain't free, Morris, man, if you got to give you $12. The $12 is more or less just, a thank you for sending these to you, because, or should I say the work that's put into sending these, because I got to send you guys 2 emails, for my time. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not that you're paying for these songs, because trust me, I have a tabbing service, and my tabbing fee is $15 per song, 2 song minimum. So if I were to tab these 12 songs for you at $15, that's $180. So trust me, this is free. So one might say, well, what about just send up a Dropbox and, we can just get it for ourselves and you ain't got to worry about the time that you spend to do this. Problem with that is Dropbox is not free. So I'm not trying to pass on any additional expense to you or myself. So that's why, I asked for a kind donation of $12. So I send it to you guys the old fashioned way. You get 2 emails with these 12 songs in total. Once you get these, please save these to your PC the same day. Reason being is I have to delete the link after 24 hours to free up space, because if I don't, my memory get full. I can't send you guys any emails. So that's why it's really important. As soon as I send them, save them to your PC or whatever format you save them to. So then you're done. You can go back to them later, but just first order business, save these to your PC. Second, I'm only set up for PayPal at this point, so I don't have Cash App or Google Wallet, so please keep that in mind. Third is when you submit your donation, this is what you do. In the message box, put what you want, meaning that if you want this particular group, say, hey, I want the Sharda Steely Dan songs, and then put your email. The reason why I want you to do both of those is I've had people in the past, and that's why I guess I kind of have to clarify to kind of help people, because sometimes they get a little confused. I have more than one series of these, so, I've had people just send me $12. I'm like, well, what's the $12 for? What group of songs you want? So please put that in your message box when you submit your donation. Also put your inbox, or should I say your email address, and this is the reason why for this. Due to what we're dealing with right now, people staying home and the businesses are not at 100% capacity, meaning that all of their workers are not back. So, they're having a difficult time processing stuff, and they're a little slow. Because what I've recently noticed is with PayPal is normally what happens is once you submit your payment to me, they send me an email. Boom. I get the email. Then I go back to PayPal, look at the transaction. I take your information, your email information, and then I send you these songs via email. But what has been happening lately with PayPal is they will immediately send me the email, say, hey, somebody just sent you a donation. But then the problem is that you go in there for the transaction, it's not been posted yet. Sometimes it might take 2 hours for them to post your transaction. So therefore, I don't have access to that transaction to get your email to send you your files. So if you put your email address in the message box, when they send me notification, I get this information immediately. Then I go to my email, and then I will send you these files. So please put what you're inquiring for, as far as, these are the group of songs, Morris Man, the Steely Dan, Sade songs, and here's my email address. As soon as I get that, as soon as you submit payment and I get that, I send it right to you. So there won't be no 2 or 3 hour lag time, so just trying to give you guys a heads up on that. It's still about, I sent this 5 hours ago, I ain't got it. What's up, Morris, man? So, please do that. Please download it to your computer. Please only notice or take know that I only have PayPal for payment. My email address is right down there. Once you submit your payment, I will send these to you immediately. And again, please put your email information in the message box, and also what group of songs you want. These are some great songs to learn. Like I said, just one of the Steely Dan songs is worth $12 within itself, because of so much work was put into these songs because they're not easy songs, These are not songs you're going to pick up by ear because I got a really good ear. All around the world, people contact me, say, Morris, man, I pay you to tab this song for me. Not a problem. I look at it. Not a big deal. But, to try to do this by ear, I'm like, no, I got to dig up them songbooks because I'm not going to pull this off and pull it off right. It's all about trying to come as close as possible to the voicings as well. Because, it's like, okay, a C major 7, but what voicing is he using, on the record, Those things that I, meticulously go through and try to do the best that I can to come as close to matching up with the record as possible. Now, nobody's going to be 100%, Well, in most cases, they're not, But for the most part, I do a pretty good job of matching up the voicings because that's important. And when you are a player and a musician, you know that. When you haven't taken lessons, you don't know nothing about that. And, you sitting here on the internet looking at fingers and think you're going to become a good player. No, all the great players took lessons. Somebody taught them. There might be 1% they're just naturals and they just pick up on everything. But the rest of us, somebody got to teach us, and let somebody teach you that know what they're doing. I stress this in every talking video that I do when it comes to this, because I know it's tempting to go on the internet and say, I'm going to learn how to play the guitar, and I'm not going to pay anybody. I'm just going to sit here and watch some dude's fingers. That is not the route to take. You're going to rack up a whole lot of bad habits. You don't know what you don't know, so it's a plan that's been working, or a system's been working for centuries. Go get somebody that know how to do this, and they teach you, and you pay them. Just that simple. So again, you get 12 songs that Sade, Steely Dan / for only a $12 donation. PayPal information is right there. Once I receive your payment or your donation, I will send these to you immediately. Again, this is one of my favorite groups. Actually, my favorite package, the Steely Dan and the Sade, because these are some good songs. These are some well-crafted, well-written songs. And when you play the good stuff, eventually you start to write good stuff because you've been studying good stuff. If you've been studying garbage, most likely you're going to start creating garbage, So you definitely want to jump on this because, again, you get to download. These are free. Like I said, it's just $12 kind donation. And you're off to the races. And I'm just going to say this quickly. Stay at home if you don't have to be outside. If you're not going to get grocery or a doctor's appointment or whatever that's really essential, stay home. I still see people visiting other people. It's like if we just buckle down for maybe 90 days, 3 months, we can really flatten this curve. Instead of after a month, I got cabin fever and I need to go get my hair cut. That might be the last thing they put on your tombstone. He wanted to go get his hair cut, Because I'm going to share this story with you because it's personal. And I'm going to share it because I think it might help people. You got people in your family that you say, okay, well, you are a grown man, but maybe you need to hear this. My nephew, I love him dearly. I'm looking at his postings on Facebook. He's still outside. He didn't have a mask on. He went to the barber. I'm like, you got a nice haircut. And I want to say, dude, you need to stay home for a minute. You're not really going anywhere that's going to really that you're going to need a haircut, like a job interview. Then about a week later, he posts on Facebook, because he did it live, he's in the hospital with tubes in his nose. He got corona. I'm like, oh, shit, But thank God he's a young man, and now he's home. But the lesson learned is if you don't have to be out there right now, don't be out there. I haven't been to my barber in about 2 months. I cut my own hair right now, but I'm like, I do miss a professional cut. But I'm like, that can wait. Because I'm like, this ain't no joke. If you have no reason to really be outside, stay in the house. We can get through this if we all try to do this together. It can't be a group of people that's still trying to, have the life that they had prior to this. And then the other people that are trying to do it, do what we're supposed to do right now. You go out there and get infected and then bring it home and infect other people. So please stay at home if you don't have to be outside. Most of us don't like the idea of being stuck in the house and limiting our mobility. But right now, it's an issue of life and death, okay? This ain't just a mild inconvenience. I'm going to be in the house with a cold and running the fever, but I'd be okay in 7 days. That's not the case. You can die from this. People are dying from this at a large, alarming rate. So please stay at home. You know, 3 months out of your life ain't gonna kill you. But going out there and ignoring it can kill you. Okay? Till next time, take care and thanks for watching.